Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Rajnikant and today's video is gonna discuss a popular Java interview question, throw and throws. Right? So what exactly throw and what exactly throws? So when we'll use and how we'll use, we'll see in details. Right? So this is a popular interview question. In lot of interview, you will get this question. Right? So before moving to today's topic, if you have not subscribed my channel yet, please do subscribe it and hit the bell icon to get all the notifications from my side. If you see here, a lot of other topics are there like Git tutorial from end to end, both in command line and IntelliJ IDEA, Spring Boot CRUD application, JUnit, how to write JUnits, and Mockito integration test, and lot of other videos as well there, right? So finally finalize class not found exception versus no class def found error, lot of other videos are there, right? So if you are really interested, you can explore those videos as well. Okay, so let's move to today's topic. So already I have plotted this PPT. So let's go one by one point and I will explain in programming as well, right? So this is not only for freshers or any for any interview only, but also we'll see in practical example in programming where exactly we'll use, and in real time case while developing project how we'll do these things, right? Okay, so throw versus throws, right? So throw is a keyword, right? If we want to explicitly throw an exception, my bad, throw an exception, then we can use throw keyword, right? So what exactly this one, let's gonna see in a program. Okay, so throw is a keyword we will use whenever we want to throw some exception explicitly in our program, then we can go for throw keyword. So here I do have uh, some differences for freshers, and that conceptual will see for experienced people, right? So let's go to this IntelliJ IDEA. So we'll see how we'll use throw keyword. Okay, so some real-time example we'll see here, and where in the project, if someone will ask where you have used this throw keyword project, you can explain like this. Okay, so this is a HDFC Bank is a class. So where we do have a method public string withdraw amount. Here we'll pass this amount, and here we do have a dummy message, hey you have withdrawn amount, that amount. Okay, so whenever we'll pass that amount, here will in the string will, I mean it will return that amount, you have withdrawn that amount, right? But suppose this amount is what in negative, you have suppose in a ATM you have put negative negative word negative amount, minus amount, minus 50. So that time it should throw an exception, right? That time we should throw an exception, right? That the invalid amount, whatever the amount you have typed, that is invalid, right? So then we can throw an exception by explicitly, right? And in real time, how, what are the scenarios we have used throw keyword? Mostly to throw that validation exception, right? Suppose you are entering a mobile number with some invalid length, suppose 8 digit. Ideally mobile number is 10 digit, but we have put 8 digit. So that time we'll validate if that mobile number is not 10 digit, then we can throw an exception. The word you can the word you can hear, throw the exception. So how we'll do here? Suppose if amount is less than 0, then what we can do here? Throw thr throw new any exception. So let's have this some user defined exception. I mean predefined exception, whatever those are there in Java already. So let's take a runtime exception. Here a lot of other exceptions are there. You can use, if you want to use existing exception class, you can use, or else you can create your own custom exceptions, right? So the scenario is that if you want to throw some exception based some input, that time we can have this throw keyword. Then here new runtime exception, we are creating this object new runtime exception. So runtime exception is a exception class. If you'll see, here is a runtime exception, this is a class runtime exception, right? So we are creating the object of that class here, new runtime exception, and that exception message invalid invalid amount exception, right? So hope you got it, right? So where exactly we will use throw keyword? Whenever we want to throw some exception explicitly, that time we can use throw keyword. Throw new runtime exception, throw that object of that exception class. So here I have used that predefined exception, runtime exception. If you want to use your own custom exception, you can have your own. Okay, that is also super fine. Anyway, I will explain in some other video how to create custom exception and all. Okay, so hope you got that a clear cut picture what exactly this throw and where in real time you have used. So if interviewer will ask where exactly you have used throw keyword, pretty simple. So in our project for validation, in server side validation purpose, we have our custom exception where we have used throw keyword to throw that particular exception, right? So hope you got it. Now let's move to our PPT. Okay, before moving to that one, let's run this application, right? So already I have created another class, test class. Let me create that object of SDFC bank equal to new SDFC bank, and here I will call bank dot withdraw amount. Suppose -20 I am withdrawing, -200. Let's run this program. Now it will throw run this. It will throw runtime exception with that message invalid amount, right? Exception in thread main java.lang.runtime exception invalid amount. Let me put here now plus 200. So anyway, we need system.out.println, because there we are returning string. So how will print that string? Anyway, this one, right? So let's run this one. Hey, you have withdrawn amount 200, right? So hope you got a crystal clear picture in throw where exactly we'll gonna use throw. Now let's move to the PPT. So throw keyword we have understood. Throws. So throws keyword is used in method signature to declare an exception which might be thrown by the function while execution of the code, right? So throws keyword we can use in method signature to declare an exception which might be thrown. So if some exception may throw from that method, then we can declare that exception in method signature. For example, let me explain you here. SDFC bank, right? So for example, if any exception is thrown from a method, then we can declare declare that exception in method signature. Throws, sorry, this is small t, throws runtime exception, right? So whenever we'll see any exception may raise inside a method, then that time we can declare that exception in method signature using throws keyword, right? So what exactly it will indicate? It will delegate that exception to that calling method, whoever is calling withdraw amount. So whoever is calling, so this main method, from main method we are calling this withdraw amount, right? So that exception will delegate to main method, right? So the question arises here, so what is the difference? If you'll remove this throws also, there will be no problem, right? If you put this exception also, there is nothing, there is no change, there is no exceptions or errors, compile time errors we can see over here, right? So what is the difference? Okay, so the thing is, if that exception is throwing from the method, if any exception is throwing from the method, if it's runtime exception or unchecked exception, then that time we don't need to do like this throw. We don't need to throws runtime exception, or any unchecked exception we should not do. Ideally we should not do throws, like we should not declare that exception in method signature. But if it's a checked exception, then that time we must either handle it by using try catch block, or we can throws that exception using throws keyword, right? So for example, let me modify this method. Instead of runtime exception, let me keep here exception. So just see, exception is a checked exception. Exception is type of checked exception. So exception is type of checked exception. So we must either handle it by using try catch block, or else we need to throws here. Exception, right? So if we'll see any exception is thrown from that method, then either we can handle that exception using try catch block, or else if you do not want to handle using try catch block from that method, and you want to delegate that exception to that caller method, whoever is calling. For example, here this withdraw amount is called by main method, right? So you do not want to handle this exception. You do not want to handle this exception within this method. You want to delegate that exception to that caller, whoever is calling, right? So we have thrown this exception. Using throws and declared in that method signature, right? So just see here, there will be no exception or errors or anything compile time problem. Now if you'll go to this test class, it will show unhandled exception java.lang.exception. So again, either you can handle it using try catch block here, or else in the method signature you can have throws exception, right? So hope you got a crystal clear picture what exactly throws and where we have used that one. So throws we can use to declare exceptions in the method signature, which may arises those exceptions in that particular method. right? So hope you got a crystal clear picture. Okay, let's go to PPT again. This is the conceptual thing, and rest of those points are, it's like some bookish point, and for freshers they can have these points, right? So this point number 1 we have discussed. Throws keyword is used in the method signature to declare an exception which might be thrown by the function while the execution of the code. Okay, next point, throw is used in the method, within the method. Throw is used within the method. So how we have used that throw keyword? Throw. Inside that method we have used. But throws we are using at method signature. Again I am reiterating, these are the points for freshers. Okay, so if you are experienced, please do not tell like that. Okay, do not explain that throw is used inside that method and throws is we can declare on method like that. Just explain that conceptual things, right? So throw is used within the method. Throws we can use on method signature. We can throw the next point. We can throw only one exception. In throw keyword we can throw an exception, only one exception we can throw. For example, here throw new exception, only one exception we are throwing, not like and comma one more new exception. We cannot do like that, right? So only one exception we can throw. But here in throws we can declare multiple exception class names. Throw exception, then comma if you want, throw runtime exception, right? So like this you can have multiple exception class names over here. Okay, now moving to next point. Throw is followed by an instance, throws is followed by class name. Okay, so if you see in throw it's followed by an instance. Instance means we have created an object. Throw, then new exception, it's an object, we are creating object. So this point is throw is followed by an instance. Just see, throw is followed by an instance like that. But throws is followed by exception class names, runtime exception like that. Okay, so hope you got a crystal clear picture about throw versus throws and where exactly we're gonna use throw and throws, right? So if you have any doubt or anything, you can post your queries in that comment section. And if this video is really helpful, please have some comment and have some feedbacks in the comment section. If any other videos also, if you want any other concept, let me know in the comment section. Definitely I will try to cover those videos as well from my side, right? So thank you for watching.